Have you ever cried? Not because you were hurt, not because someone forced you, your own body decided. But why? Why are humans the only animals that cry emotional tears? And what if those tears have been helping our species survive for thousands of years? Most people think crying is a sign of weakness. Scientists think something very different. The real answer begins millions of years ago, long before cities, long before language, long before history itself. Imagine you're standing completely alone. Your heart is racing. Nobody understands what you're feeling. One tear rolls down your face. Almost instantly, someone walks over. They don't need an explanation. They already know something is wrong. But how? That's strange. A single drop of water changed another person's behavior. How can a tiny tear do that? Was it an accident? Or did evolution design it that way? Humans produce 3 different kinds of tears. Basal tears protect your eyes every second. Reflex tears wash away smoke, dust, and onions. But emotional tears, those are completely different. Scientists still don't know every reason they exist. And that's where things become fascinating. In the 1980s, biochemist Dr. William Fry noticed something unusual. Emotional tears contain different chemicals than reflex tears. Some of those chemicals were linked to stress. That led researchers to wonder, could crying help regulate the body's response to emotional pressure? The answer isn't completely settled.
But the idea changed how scientists studied crying forever. But that's only half the story. Because the biggest mystery isn't why tears leave your eyes. It's why other people react to them. But that's only half the story. Because the biggest mystery isn't why tears leave your eyes. In 2009, neuroscientist Dr. Michael Trimble proposed something remarkable. He suggested emotional crying evolved as a silent social signal. Long before humans built languages, tears may have become one of our first ways to say, "I need help," without speaking a single word. Think about it. If someone suddenly starts crying, you immediately stop what you're doing. You look at them, you pay attention. Your brain automatically asks, "What happened?" You didn't learn that in school. Your brain was already prepared to respond, long before you were born. But then something completely breaks that theory. People also cry when they're unbelievably happy. That shouldn't happen. So why does it happen? Imagine finally finding someone you thought was gone forever. You smile first, then your eyes suddenly fill with tears. Your emotions become too powerful to stay organized. Some psychologists call this emotional overflow. Your brain is trying to restore balance. But that isn't the strangest part. Some people almost never cry. Others cry almost every day. Why are humans so different? Part of the answer is hidden inside your brain. Another part is hidden inside your life experiences. Every memory quietly shapes your emotional reactions without you even realizing it. Your brain is constantly making predictions before you even notice your emotions. Here's where things become even stranger. Sometimes you cry without anything happening to you. Someone else cries. Then you suddenly feel emotional too. Why does that happen? Scientists think mirror neurons may play a role. These special brain cells become active when you observe another person's actions. Your brain quietly rehearses what they're feeling, almost like running a simulation. Your brain practices another person's emotions before deciding how to respond. But mirror neurons, scientists discovered something even more surprising. Your emotions can spread through a group. Psychologists call this emotional contagion. Your brain automatically copies emotional signals around you, long before cities, long before written language. Understanding another person's emotions could save your life. Ignoring those signals could be deadly. Evolution rewarded the humans who paid attention. But evolution wasn't finished yet. Humans eventually became the only species known to shed emotional tears. Animals produce tears too, but not because they feel sadness the way we do. Their tears protect their eyes. Your emotional tears tell a story without saying a single word. That may be one reason humans built stronger communities, because understanding feelings help people survive together. Sometimes the softest signal can become the strongest survival tool. But here's a question almost nobody asks. If crying is useful, why do so many people try to hide it? That isn't an accident. Your brain constantly balances 2 different goals. You want support, but you also want to appear strong. Those 2 goals sometimes fight each other. That's why crying can feel uncomfortable, even when it helps you. Here's the part most people never hear. Crying doesn't always make you feel better. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Scientists think the situation matters more than the tears themselves. Support changes everything. Being alone changes everything too. Your brain responds differently in each situation. The tears are only part of the story. Here's something even more incredible. Long before babies learn their first word, they already know how to cry. And every adult immediately understands the message. No dictionary required. No language required. Just one tiny tear. And millions of years of evolution understand it. Researchers also think hormones help explain why crying creates emotional closeness. But scientists are still discovering exactly how that process works. So maybe tears aren't a weakness. Maybe we've misunderstood them all along. Maybe tears are one of humanity's oldest survival tools. Not because they make us weaker, because they help us survive together. One tiny tear can connect an entire group of people without anyone saying a word. And that changes everything, because the next time someone cries, you might see something completely different. But the story doesn't end there. Modern humans still cry for the same ancient reasons. Our world changed. Our brains didn't change nearly as fast. Deep inside your head, you're still carrying ancient survival systems. Here's something even stranger. Your brain processes emotional pain surprisingly like physical pain. They're not identical, but they overlap more than most people realize. In the early 2000s, research led by Naomi Eisenberger helped reveal something unexpected. Social rejection activates some of the same brain regions involved in physical pain. That doesn't mean heartbreak is exactly the same as a broken bone, but your brain takes emotional pain seriously. Maybe that's why losing someone can hurt so deeply. What if tears are actually proof that love changes the brain? The deeper the bond, the deeper the pain when it's broken. That's not weakness. That's the cost of attachment. Your brain remembers the people who mattered, even after they're gone, because memories don't only live in photographs, they also live inside your nervous system. Every tear carries part of that story, but not everyone cries the same way. Some people cry more easily than others. Scientists think several factors influence that difference. Your genes may play a role. Your life experiences matter too. Your environment shapes your emotions, and your personality affects how you express them. There isn't one normal way to cry. Every brain is a little different, and that's exactly what makes humans remarkable. Should anyone ever feel ashamed of crying? Science points toward a surprising answer. Probably not, because tears are part of a healthy human system. Just like smiling, just like laughing, just like feeling afraid. Every emotion exists for a reason. The real question is whether we listen to them, or pretend they don't exist. Now imagine someone watching this video 1,000 years from now. They might wear different clothes, they might live on another planet, but they'll probably still cry because they'll still care about someone and they'll still know what loss feels like. Technology changes, human biology changes very slowly. Some parts of being human never disappear, and maybe tears are one of them. So the next time you see someone cry, don't just see the tears, see the millions of years behind them. Every generation passed this ability forward, not through words, but through emotion. That's what made strangers become families, and families become civilizations. One tiny tear. Maybe that's the real reason humans cry. Not because we're fragile, because we're deeply connected. And connection is one of humanity's greatest strengths. That's a very different way to think about tears. What's the last movie or moment in real life that made you cry? Tell us in the comments, because every answer tells another human story. And maybe that's the most beautiful thing tears were ever meant to do.